Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a fun Q&A lined up for you today, which we thought we'd do whilst out and about on the beach having fun. But before we get to any questions, I've got a question for you. Have you subscribed? If you haven't, could you take a moment just to hit that button? It would mean a lot to me and it would really help this channel out. Those of you that have, legends, respect. So, you guys were kind enough to send in some questions for me, so I'm going to do my best to answer them. Let's get cracking! Woo! I've got my question sheet here. So question one comes from Max Skillings, and he would like to know, what do I enjoy about surfing and what inspired me to make YouTube videos? So Max, we're going to try and keep this nice and simple. Every time I go in the water it's something different, the waves are always different. So it's a never-ending challenge that allows me to have freedom and just to be outdoors. Like, why wouldn't you love surfing, really? Unless you're scared of the ocean. Yeah. Second part of your question was, what inspired me to make YouTube videos? Oh, you're a sandy boy. Look at you. Look at you. You're a sandy. I've always wanted to document my surfing and my adventures, and we just really want to create and entertain you guys through our surfing, our adventures and our good times. I'd probably say some of my influences are guys like Ben Gravy, Brett Barley. Alright, I really like their style. Ben Gravy is just like an all-round top bloke who you just can't not like, really, and he's been quite a big inspiration. We watch their vlogs pretty much daily to get, you know, ideas and tips and and to be entertained. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Max. Stay cool. Question number 2 comes from Dimos, and he would like to know what my thoughts are on traction pads. So I use traction pads on every single one of my surfboards. Always have, always will. For me, it's a good indicator of where my back foot is, which means I don't have to try and look down or figure out where my foot actually is. If I'm on a board without a traction pad, I really struggle. So I highly rate traction pads. Not for everyone, but for me, most definitely. It's got to have a nice arch and a nice kicktail. That way I can really feel where my foot is, and the kicktail just allows me to really push against something without running the risk of slipping off. So hope that answers your question, buddy. Daniel Hobson, or Hobo Surf Media to you guys, would like to know when and where I will be traveling for my next surf. Well, Dan, probably in the bay or Lusty or somewhere around this area, because we're pretty poor. Unless there's anyone out there who would like to give us some money to buy some tickets to go traveling and surfing further than home. Hope you're enjoying your life out in Sri Lanka at the moment. Hopefully we'll see you again one day, buddy. Peace. Alright guys, so it's just started pissing it down, so let's try that again, shall we? Sam Ellison wants to know what the best wetsuit bags are. I can tell you, Sam, Johnny Suit Sacks are the best wetsuit bag around. Simple, affordable, does the job, and very hard wearing. Right, I have used and abused this bag since they gave it to me to really try and see how it lasts. Isn't that right, puppy? Oh yes Dad, I spend a lot of time with the bag as well when you leave it on the beach whilst you go for a surf. I don't surf, not yet. So yeah, Johnny Suit Sacks, best wetsuit bags, just over 30 quid, you can't go wrong. Keeps your pissy wetsuit nice and sealed and away from your nose so you can't smell it. Alright, and when you're leaving your stuff on the beach and going for a surf, it actually keeps it nice and dry whilst it's on the sand. It's just epic. So I hope that answers your question, Sam. Johnny's suit sacks in the descriptions. Best wetsuit bags. Simple. Simple. Ray's Clan would like to know, how do you get better at surfing? Alright, so take your time, be focused, be positive, and you will get better at surfing. Alright, hope that answers your question, and I hope you stick with surfing and you see improvements. Next question comes from my father. He would like to know what it's like to get barreled. Well, Dad, it's a pretty amazing feeling. Really atmospheric in there, it's quiet, it's loud, it's magical. Unfortunately, I don't get a hell of a lot of barrels. I get a lot of visions, but most of the time it's me racing into a massive closeout just to get that view for a split second before everything turns to sand and darkness. But yeah, the barrels I have had in my life have all been very special, and I can't wait to get my next one. Yo! So my next question comes from Curtis Upton, who'd like to know what my worst surf injury has ever been. Well, Curtis, I can tell you, snapping my leg on a 1 foot wave doing a top turn is probably up there at the top. I now have a metal leg. I sort of went in through my kneecap and hammered a big old rod down there and screwed it all up. At first we thought it was going to really fuck up my surfing in the long run, but this time round I actually paid attention to the physio. I put in the time, recovery time. I didn't abuse my body. When I was younger and got injured, I'd kind of just continue anyway. Always made things worse. Yeah, snapping my leg was pretty bad. There's been some things like fins hitting me in the face, almost drowning and stuff, but definitely broken leg in small surf. It's just devastating. My last question is, who are your sponsors? The guys who support me are Daisy's Cold Water Surf Cream. They make this really cool cream for your face that actually takes the edge off when it's windy, when it's cold, when it's horrible. It acts as a moisturizer, it acts as a barrier. In winter, like I said, it takes the edge off. In summer, it just helps keep your skin nice and soft. Alright, constantly in the salt water and drying out in the sun, it's not good for your face. So those guys support me and I rate their product. My next sponsor is these guys. Ooh. Sorry, I abused the bag too much. Johnny's Suit Sacks. Always got the bag on me. Keeps all my stuff dry when it's wet outside. Keeps my wet wetsuit away from everything that's dry when it's all piss stained and soggy. I couldn't rate it enough. Like I said, I abuse it on a daily basis and it's going strong. Like, it doesn't show any signs of wear, nothing. So highly recommend, if you're in the business for a wetsuit bag, they're the ones you want. Yo! I am also sponsored by Demons of Doom Killers. Awesome graphic designer from up in Devon. Done a lot of collab work with Andy at Seduction Surfboards. He makes clothing, he makes hats, makes all cool sort of stuff. Just a genuinely sound guy. To get yourself some cool Demons of Doom Killers merch, head over to their website in the description. You will not be disappointed. Clothes are eco-friendly, graphics are insane, and you're supporting an awesome guy. Couldn't say any more than that, really. I'm also supported by Action Sports Distribution. These guys provide me with 1 or 2 performance foam boards a year to test and thrash and beat the shit out of, and really get an understanding of how the board works, so I can then give them feedback to then give feedback to the actual creators. Worked on some boards with Mullet and Softlight, tested the boards, gave a lot of feedback. Spent a lot of time abroad on some of the Mullet boards. Absolutely insane fun boards. Just couldn't rate them enough. Small waves, big waves, they work. So yeah, Action Sports, if you want anything like that, they're the guys you want to see. If you're a business and you want to stock some cool foam boards, again, Action Sports distribution. It's in the description. Hit them up. My main sponsor would be Seduction Surfboards. I'm sure from my edits you've seen the wonderful boards this wizard creates, and he truly is a wizard. I've been riding for him for a very long time now, and since the very first board to the very newest board, I am hooked. He seems to be able to just create magic. Yeah, believe me when I tell you, everything that man makes works. So yeah, amazing. So that about wraps it up for today's Q&A. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you want to see more. Don't forget to hit subscribe, drop us a comment, give us a like, share amongst your friends if you found this good. Signing off. Peace, love and happiness. Bye.